I'm Pam Fox at pamfox.org, and in today's video I've got a Q&A from the hiatal hernia support group. If you don't belong to the hiatal hernia support group and you have a hiatal hernia, it's not my group, but I do highly recommend it and other support groups on Facebook. You can go onto Facebook and do a search for hiatal hernia support and ask to join any number of those groups. Today's question comes from the hiatal hernia support group, and it's a great question that caught my attention. It's got currently over 100 comments on it, and the question is from Keely, and she asks, is there anyone else who is managing this condition unmedicated like me? And there's actually a lot of positive response to this question. There's a lot of people saying that they are managing their condition unmedicated. There are some people saying that diet has really helped a lot, mention of plant-based nutrition, which is what I recommend, so that's great. Chiropractor, mention of chiropractor, which is great. A chiropractor, an experienced chiropractor with hiatal hernia does have the knowledge and the experience and the ability to unherniate your stomach, although it can be temporary. They may agree to teach you how to do it so that you can move your stomach down on your own. But the reason this comment actually caught my attention is because there's quite a bit of, there's a little bit of talk about me in this feed. And so I just wanted to mention a couple of things just to kind of set the record straight and try and find, go down, there I am. And I won't mention any names here, but one particular person made a comment about finding it abhorrent to have to pay someone when it comes to health. And this isn't the first time that this has come up, and so I just wanted to briefly mention that I am a health coach, I'm a certified health coach. This is what I do for a living. It's how I pay my bills. Just like everyone else, we all have a job in this society, and our jobs are how we make money and how we pay the bills. I'm going to shut this window really quick. That adds a lot of street noise or a lot of traffic noise from the street. So I just want to throw that out there for those of you that are annoyed by the fact that I do charge for my services. Yes, I do charge for my services and my products. I also give away a lot of information for free. So if you follow me, you can follow me on Facebook. I copy my content over to my YouTube channel. A lot of people I have, and we're frozen. So hopefully the audio is still good and it's just the picture that's frozen. I'm just going to wait a second and allow that to catch up. Usually it takes a little less than a minute for this.
Consistency accomplishing a new task every day gets you one step closer to finishing the race set before you. Keep it up. Run, walk.
Thank you, Alexa. Oh, this is so annoying. I wish I had a better connection. Okay, we're back. So, and I see I've lost everybody. So hopefully those of you that are watching on the replay. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that, we all do something for a living. Hopefully we get paid for that. I know none of us like to spend money on things, but when you go to an accountant or you go to a dentist or you go and you hire a landscaper or a plumber or whatever it is, they do expect payment for those products and services, and I am no different. So that's number one. And number two is someone had made a comment, and I try not to take any of this personally. Like, I get it. Another person made a comment that my videos are long and boring. Actually, they're long and lame, she said, in her humble opinion. So there's a couple of reasons for that. So one, I'm not necessarily an entertaining person, and I get that. And just, if I could be really vulnerable just for half a second, it's really hard for me to come on to these platforms and talk live. I've gotten better over time. I've gotten better at sticking to a topic and sticking to a point and not getting so sidetracked, which is probably one of my biggest weaknesses, is really staying on point. And so yeah, some of my videos go long. I can get sidetracked. I can get off topic. I do that. I'm trying to get better at that. But the other thing is, you have to understand, is the topic of hiatal hernia is very, there's a lot to it. There's not just like a blanket statement, do this and you'll be fine. I mean, if that was the case, we wouldn't have a hiatal hernia support group, right? We wouldn't have doctors that have no idea how to treat a hiatal hernia. It's very complex. There are a lot of different complexities to a hiatal hernia. I mean, at its basic foundational level, it's the stomach pushing through the hiatus, yes. But you have to factor in all these other things, all these other underlying conditions that can affect it, your lifestyle. There are so many different factors that go into it. And so when I start to answer questions and talk about some of these different factors about hiatal hernia, there's a lot to it. And so I can't just come on and do like one video and cover hiatal hernia. It's not like that. And plus, I continue to learn. Like, I made my course Reversing Hiatal Hernia Naturally a little over a year ago, and I've continued to learn as I continue to work with new people, as I continue to read your comments in the Facebook group. So it's a complex topic, it's a complex condition, and there's a lot to it. So that's the other thing. I also wanted to thank, I know that in general, like, you guys have been so very, very kind to me, so very, very gracious to me. A lot of you recommend, I see you tagging my name in the hiatal hernia support group. And so I really appreciate that. I get great emails and great messages all the time from people thanking me for helping them. So all in all, you guys are nothing but kind and loving and respectful towards me, and I really appreciate that. And I understand when there's someone here and there that says something that's not quite so positive, but I did just want to set the record straight on those couple of topics. But for those of you, Bianca, I see you're once again sticking up for me in the group. I don't know Bianca. I've never met Bianca. I don't believe I've ever talked to Bianca other than we've messaged each other a couple of times. I don't pay her to recommend or mention my name. She just happens to be a happy and satisfied customer of mine. Actually, she wasn't even a customer. She's never given me any money. I've never given her any money. She gleaned from my information by following my videos. I may have, actually I think I did give her my course to watch. She asked me for it and I gave it to her, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bianca. But so she has seen my course. But yeah, I appreciate you, Bianca, and I do appreciate you mentioning me in the group. I also wanted to mention the importance of nutrition, because so many of you are mentioning nutrition in this feed and how you are managing your hiatal hernia with nutrition alone. And for some people, that's fully a possibility. For me, it was not. I went on a plant-based diet hoping to remedy all of the symptoms that my hiatal hernia created. It did not work. I was on the plant-based diet for well over a year, and while I healed from many conditions on a plant-based diet, and that's one of the reasons I highly recommend it, regardless of who you are, I healed from a long list of conditions on a plant-based diet, but the symptoms of my hiatal hernia continued. Specifically speaking, chronic belching, indigestion, and nausea. Those three remained. Now, my heartburn did go away with changes in diet alone. My heartburn did go away. Any pain, like I used to get sharp stabbing pain at the herniated site, that got better with diet alone, because the constipation went away, the bloating went away, and so my stomach was starting to move down with diet alone. But it wasn't until, because this is a very anatomical issue, and because my hiatal hernia was still pushed up into the hiatus, and this is what people need to understand, I continued to have those symptoms that hiatal hernia created. It wasn't until I was able to move that stomach down fully and then strengthen my diaphragm that I was completely symptom-free. So for me, diet alone was not enough, but it's still a very important component to reversing your hiatal hernia, because it does address things like constipation and bloating. And a plant-based diet, for many, if not most people, it will heal your gut if that's something that's needed for you. So if you do have a gut dysbiosis, if you do have a gut infection, if you do have inflammation, gastritis, esophagitis, a plant-based diet has been known to remedy that in many people. So diet is a very important piece of the puzzle. But then beyond that, what I teach, what I sought out in my own, road to recovery and my own desperation for healing, because I believe, and this is another thing that people really need to understand, I believe that the body can heal. I believe that with the right support, it can heal in many circumstances. And so because I'm a firm believer of that, I continue to seek out those answers to my questions. I really studied anatomy is where it started for me, really studying my own personal anatomy and really understanding my condition. And this is something I go over in depth in my course. Again, multiple pieces to that healing puzzle. Understanding your anatomy, understanding what caused your hiatal hernia in the first place. I saw doctors when I was trying to find answers to this condition, and they said we don't know what causes a hiatal hernia. And do you know why they say that? It's because we can't say a hiatal hernia is caused by this. There are so many different factors that can contribute to it. Lifestyle factors. And so if you begin to identify what those lifestyle factors are for you, then you can begin to understand, oh, I see now why I have this hiatal hernia, and maybe if I stop doing these particular things, that will support that downward movement of my stomach. And so, yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to encourage people who are trying the plant-based diet to continue with it, and to know that I'm here for you. If you do want further instruction on how to reverse your hiatal hernia, you can learn more about me in the About Me tab of my website, pamfox.org. If you want to know more about my credentials, you'll also see there in the menu, there's information there about personal coaching. My courses are there. So I offer 2 courses. They're both, one's under $100, the other's under $50. And then I offer coaching as well. So you can do a 1-hour consult with me. If you want to bundle that all up, I do a little deal you'll see there where you get, I think, 3 consultations plus both of my online courses and 3 written correspondence, like email correspondence after or during the consultation. So that's available to you as well. It's over a $500 value. So you've got some options there in terms of working with me or purchasing my courses. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate those of you who stuck with me for the live feed. I just wanted to show you really quick. I have a new little hobby, and I'm going to show you these really quick. These are actually cream and sugar bowls. And this little creamer was missing the lid. And so I have a hobby of collecting these when they're missing the lid and then turning them into little planters. And I'm really excited about these. I'm going to give you an up close because my mom actually has pieces of this China pattern. And so it doesn't have the name of it underneath, but I recognize this. She's got a few pieces of this. So I'm going to give these to my mom, and I'm really excited about that. So, all right. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, Judy. I do see your comment there. No meds for me, cured mine by breathing exercises. That's wonderful. Yes, and I highly encourage that. And that's, those exercises, those are what I teach in my course. Some manipulation exercises combined with breathing exercises, hiatal hernia specific breathing exercises that not only move the stomach down, but tighten and strengthen the diaphragm. So yeah, that's really important, Judy. Good for you. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching.